Hi, my name is Marina, and thank you for watching this video. It's cold in my apartment, so I'm like this. It's a Harry Potter. What's it called? Let's say it's a blanket. So I decided to make a video. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't have like a week off, but I decided to make a video of reading weird books for a week or a few days. I don't know how it's gonna go. I have a few books in mind and I'm gonna start because I already started it, and it's pretty weird for me. This book's called, that's what it looks like. It's called Heather by Edward Lee. It's a short novel. This is the first like book by this author. This is the first book for me by this author. I've never read anything from him before. It says it's a classic of extreme horror. Well, it's a pretty fucked up story, yes. Heather is a weird thing. You gotta read to know what it is because I'm not gonna spoil it, and it's pretty gross and it's weird. I am surprised. I'm interested how author came up with this thing because like what the hell. So yes, I'm starting it with like a weird enough book, and I have a few more in mind which I'm gonna show a bit later. I'm gonna finish Heather, and then we'll see how it's gonna go. Here's a weird angle for a weird book. It's weird. It's so it's weird. The header thing is weird. And it's disgusting and it's awful, and but it's an interesting read. I guess I see where it's gonna go. I'm not sure and hope I'm wrong, but I kinda think I know how it's gonna end, and if I'm right, that's gonna be awful. I was wrong. That was an interesting twist. Well, I was kind of right. But who's gonna do it? I was wrong. Um, yeah, that's an interesting book, and it's pretty gross. Gross. The thing Heather is gross, and don't want to tell anything about this book. I think better go in this completely blind. Except if you can't handle like body fluids. It's mostly like body gore. Is it even gore? It's interesting. Well, here is this boy. His name is Travis, and he's heard about some header thing for his whole life. That's what his father and grandfather were occasionally doing. They would say, "We need a header," and Travis was always like, "What is it?" And they wouldn't say. But he's grown up now, and he gets to know what it is. And there is also a detective who is corrupted because of his wife being sick and needing lots of money for her treatment, and so he became corrupted to make extra money to help her to get better. So those stories intertwine are gonna intertwine. Yeah. Header. I'm off to a good start with weird and strange books. Next one, I've got two books in mind. The one is Strange Sally Diamond, because I've heard it's pretty strange and maybe weird, and it's got a name Strange in the title. And I also thinking about Earthlings by, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but it's Sayaka Murata in Russian. So I don't know how really to pronounce the name. And I've read what's it? Convenience woman, convenience store woman. 1 second, please. Sayaka Murata books. Convenience store woman, yes. I wasn't impressed. Like, it's an interesting one. It's got some interesting thoughts, but I don't know. Maybe it's the translation thing. I don't know. Read something else from Japanese Confessions, and it was fine. So I think I'm gonna read Earthlings. I've heard it's pretty dark. Earthlings. Yay. It's got 269 pages. And I'm not a fan of this publisher. I like the cover, the texture of the cover. I don't like the pages. They're like sandpaper. I don't know what is sandpaper. I think I've heard it. They're rough, and hopefully it's good. Absolutely unpredictable, Sally Rooney says. I've never read anything by her, so. Do you speak Russian? Can you read this? Very interesting video watching me sit in one spot, but I don't have a lot of room to move myself around, so we're here. Okay, Earthlings update. I'm on page 74. I don't know for how long I've been reading, probably like an hour. Okay, I'm not a fan of the translation, or it's just the writing style. I still don't know. It's kind of the same as the convenience store woman, but I think it's better. And I guess I now know why it is dark. Because something awful is about to happen. There's actually an abuse in this book, uh, different kinds, and one of them is about to happen to a child. So, yeah, I guess trigger warnings are mandatory. I don't know if it's gonna be like absolutely horrible, but even that some characters are thinking about doing this is pretty horrible. Uh, and yeah, I still don't know what to think about this book. I think I like it so far. I just don't understand where it's gonna go based on the description of the book. Yeah, so far it's kind of strange, and some not good things are about to happen. Yeah, I guess it's happening. For I think it's the first time that I'm reading about this in this context. That's pretty awful. That's awful to read about this. Um, Especially when the child doesn't understand what is happening. That that's yeah, that's dark. Um, that's fucked up. I feel so sorry for the main character, a little girl. She's experiencing like lots of abuse from her parents, especially from her mother, and from a teacher, and her coping mechanisms are also sad. She lives like in a fantasy world. I think it's the first time I'm reading about this. Well, I finished Earthlings, and yes, it's pretty dark and heavy and a weird and strange book. So check out trigger warnings for sure before going into the book. Like the main heavy topic is child abuse, so if you're sensitive to that, it's hard for you to read, so better not go into that because it's pretty detailed in there, so it's not easy to read. It's pretty gross and weird and yeah, dark and heavy. So yeah, this story is about a girl who is a victim of abuse from her parents, from her teacher, like from adults. So her coping mechanisms are thinking she's a witch, and her best friend, also her cousin, is from another planet. So it allows her to dream to leave Earth someday to a better place where they are gonna be happy and carefree. So yeah, well, it's sad. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for the for this kid, her traumatized childhood. And there's also a theme in the book about like society, how to fit in if you don't have kids, husband, wife, family, and you're just living on your own, living your life, not dedicated to children. Like you're weird, you're strange, you gotta do something about that. So she feels pressure from the society about that, and it's like a main theme in this author's books. At least the same thing is happening in Convenience Store Woman, like that society stuff, not child abuse. So maybe it's like the main theme in all of the books by this author. I don't know, and I don't think I'm gonna read anything by this author because I'm not a fan. Well, I kind of liked Earthlings, um, not so much Convenience Store Woman, but Earthlings is okay. I wouldn't say I recommend it, but it's an interesting read anyway. So if you wanted to read it, do that. What? Almost started speaking Russian. And the ending is even more weird than the whole book. It's pretty brutal, fucked up, weird, strange, and I don't know what was happening. Like, and it's bloody and it's weird. So, but I liked it kind of. But still, I'm not gonna read anything by this author again. Maybe I'll give it a try if I'm gonna get some good reviews. If I'm gonna see some good reviews about some other books, but not planning to read any other books. And I still don't know what this is. It's the writing style, it's the translation, or. Anyway, I would give it like 3.5 stars. But it could be more, depends on your taste. So I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just not my thing, but it's got some interesting stuff in it. So I've decided to start reading Stephen King, The Mist, from the Skeleton Crew story collection. I don't think it's weird, but maybe it is. I don't know. I just want to read this. So, and I don't think I'm ready for a Strange Sally Diamond, especially if it's got some topics similar to Earthlings. But I'm gonna read Strange Sally Diamond next. So for now, I'm gonna read The Mist. I was trying to read The Mist in English, and it was hard for me. So I've got the Russian version, and I'm gonna start reading it now. So here's coffee. Russian, you know. It's got. The story is. Let's see. 180 pages. So it's gonna take me about 2 hours to read it. Hopefully less. But the font is pretty small, so I don't know. Hopefully it's not gonna be more than 2 hours. it's like 2 days later. I finished The Mist. I read The Mist and I finished it. Well, I wouldn't. I hope you don't hear the washing machine on the background. If you do, sorry for that. I don't think The Mist falls into like a weird category. Maybe like the creatures that were hiding in the mist are weird, but okay. Well, this is the story about some mist that took over the whole like city, maybe like the whole country, the whole planet, as I understood. Well, and there are some creatures happen to be hiding in the mist, and this is a story about some people got stuck at the supermarket because they went there to buy like lots of food and some necessary stuff to be ready to get stuck at their houses for a while because there were some thunderstorms, some hurricanes happening, and they were getting ready for that to spend some time at home and have enough like food and some other stuff so they wouldn't have to go outside. But while they were at the supermarket, that mist took over, and that mist is pretty thick. You can't see inside it, you don't know what's inside it. And some people were trying to leave the supermarket, and people were hearing screams, and some people were running back from the mist to the supermarket, scared. Um, some people were killed in the mist, and so they decided to sit there and see what happens next. So this is like an apocalyptic thriller. I was going to watch a movie. I've seen comments that there is some unexpected ending in the movie. There is none in the book. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but there is not an unexpected ending in the book. Well, so I'm curious to see what is in the movie, but it's like 2 hours long and I'm not ready to watch it yet, especially like right after reading the story. So now, what time is it? This is like 1 p.m. right now, and I wanna finish reading Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Finney that I started reading before I decided to read like weird books. It's just a thriller. It's kind of weird, but not the the one that would fit into this category. And then I've got Strange Sally Diamond waiting for me. So this is the story about Sally Diamond, who everyone thinks is very strange and weird and don't really understand her. She's strange because she doesn't behave like everyone else. She kind of lacks of emotions. She's pretty much straightforward. She doesn't understand like hints or something else. She needs to be told like what to do, like, and when to do. She didn't understand her father's joke, who told her to how to say this in English, to take after his death to take him out with trash. So she does that because she didn't understand it was a joke, and now everyone is freaked out. Like, and she decided to burn his body at some place where they burn trash, garbage. um, I don't have that thing. I've never seen that thing in my life, but I guess kind of can't imagine what it is. So she burns his body, and everyone is freaking out. Like, why would she do that? And there is a family friend who's trying to help her in this situation because everyone thinks she's like crazy and killed her father, and she doesn't understand that. Like, what? Why is everyone so freaked out? Like, but she starts to understand that it was a mistake to burn his body, and it was a joke. Also, her father left her a note, and it's sad to read after his death, but he didn't mention when exactly, so she didn't think to read it like right after his death. She decided to wait, and there was some important information regarding his body, what to do with it after his death. He was ill, so he was expecting it to happen. So yeah, now she's facing like lots of judgment. Even before that, she was like strange Sally Diamond for everyone in the town, and now she became even more strange for them. And now people scared of her, thinking she killed her father and all this. So it's interesting to read. I don't know where it's gonna go, but so far I like it. Good morning. Well, I keep reading Strange Sally Diamond, and I'm on page 228. I still like it. I wouldn't say it's much of a thriller. It's mostly like it's like a fiction with the suspense, I guess, with a little bit of mystery and suspense because of some stuff that happened. But it's mostly Sally Diamond figuring out her place in the world, adapting to society, uh, learning to communicate, to express feelings, and all of that stuff. It's interesting to read. I like Sally, and she also explores something from her past, mostly Sally exploring the world inside of her and outside of her, and it's it's fun. I like it. So I wouldn't say it's like completely fun. It's not the. It's got some dark themes in there, some dark moments, but still, it's interesting to read. Sally, I like Sally. She's she's interesting.
Shut the doors! Shut the doors, Micah!
Daddy, can we go home?
Don't go out there. There's something in the mess that took John Lee. Screw that. I'm getting to my car. Mister, no!
So it took a while for me to finish this video. I finished reading the book Sally Diamond a long time ago, like almost a month ago, and I'm finally editing a video, and there is my final thoughts on the book. I liked Sally Diamond. I recommend this book. Sally is an interesting person. It was fascinating to read about her and her exploring the world. So the book got some dark moments, so trigger warnings, check it out. Well, I would give it like 4.5 stars. I liked it. It's easy to read, it's fun, it's dark, it's got it all. So I recommend. And I watched The Mist as well. Well, the movie is different from the book. They dramatized a lot. There's lots of drama in the movie. There are some themes. There are some scenes in the movie that weren't in the book, and they were made for the purpose of drama. I I guess, especially the ending, which is different from the book. And in the movie, it's pretty dark and devastating, and yeah, dramatic.